Hey, 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 I'm Amy J here with Kitty, and it's Vibe of the Week. So let's get right to it. All right. It's a very confusing time for me. I don't know if you are all feeling that, but I'm feeling like there's there's just a lot of different energies coming in, and some we're familiar with, some we're not. I feel like there's an excited energy to do something. Then there's a skeptical energy, like, I don't know if that feels right. It's just, I feel all over the place. I don't know if that's just me, and it really could be, but just a lot of like a cornucopia of different energies, and some stuff that that doesn't seem very familiar to us. So that's a little unnerving as well. So I'm going to go with the cards tonight. Sometimes I get a lot of stuff beforehand that kind of goes with the cards, but this time I'm just going with the cards, going with the flow. Vibe of the week. Oh boy. Okay. First one I got from the Archangel Metatron deck is the Void. Now, why does that seem like that's what should come up? Retreat, rest, and pause. So maybe this is what I'm feeling right now, because I'm uncertain of the energy, and then there's so many different energies twirling and swirling around that this is maybe where I should go, just to that retreat, to the void.
Wow, as you're saying that, I don't usually interrupt you, but both of my ears are buzzing and it's like they're popping.
Oh wow. So I guess that's a really important message, to retreat, rest, and pause, because we don't exactly know what that new energy is yet. However, boundaries is the next one. Boundaries, and set them daily. Okay. So this does feel like part of the energy I was picking up earlier. That little bit of skeptical, not sure. Do I have all the information? Do I trust what I'm getting? There's almost a little bit of distrust or something in the air. And so maybe this is where you're really solidifying your boundaries, what it is you want and what it is you don't want. You know, those are your boundaries. And what I love about this card is you have the key. The key's right there for you. If you're at this point, if this is your journey, bend down, pick up the key, and then just go through this beautiful archway here. Because look how glorious it looks on the other side. So boundaries, just be really strong in what it is you want or what it is you don't want. So as you're doing that resting and retreating, think about that. You know what? That's a good time to think about your boundaries. Where have you maybe let them down? Where have you maybe not stood firm in them? Okay. And then Indigo, I love this card. Mystery and mastery of life. Well, this sums it all up for me, because right now I feel like it's kind of a mystery. But I know that with the new energies coming in, and with and just the way the universe works, that this mystery will convert to mastery. It's going to become clear. She's looking up here and going, I wonder. And pretty soon she won't have to wonder. You know what I mean? It really will become clear to you, the mastery of life. So I love those cards. Really sums up how I'm feeling. Maybe the collective is feeling that way too. And then I pulled some spirit messages. Oh, well, we get this one a lot. Don't we get this one, caregiver, a lot? Or no? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different card. But this says, we are with you, and spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you received care and love at the start of your life. Beginning and endings. All starts with a heartbeat, doesn't it? Your first heartbeat or your last heartbeat. Caregivers often focus all their attention on the loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. Excuse me. So it really feels like, again, don't neglect yourself. Okay, the caregiving is nice. You know, we're caregivers, we're light workers. That's how we function. But there's also that giving the care to yourself first. If you're not where you need to be, you know, that old saying, like if you're not good, how can you be good for someone else, kind of thing. And study. So this might happen in your retreat or your rest or your pause, thinking about your boundaries. Maybe there's something you need more information on. So study. Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn. Ooh, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new, this is an opportunity to expand your mind. So think about that. There's something that maybe you need more information on. You need to study. And I love how it could be old things that you are learning about in a new way. Ooh, that really kind of sent a chill up my spine there. Old things are coming up, but that doesn't mean you have to look at them from an old point of view. How can I change that dialogue? How can I change that perspective, that paradigm? How can I do that? Because old things may be coming up, but you don't have to continue to look at them through those old eyes. Oh, brother. This is my card, Kitty. The ever unfolding rose. And this is so funny because this is like the third reference in the last few days that has come from different sources to me about the ever unfolding rose. So I said, maybe this is about me. And I think this is probably truly about me. It's cracked open. It's happening for you and not to you. And this is where I feel like I am right now. And I'm very accepting of that. So I think that might have been a message for me, but maybe it's a message for you too. The ever unfolding rose, beautiful. And play. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. All right, I love that too. And so as you're resting, retreating in that, do some playing. All right, I'm really, I'm so excited to hear what you have to say, Kitty, because I feel a little scattered and all over the place. And so maybe what you say will make me feel a little better. I don't know. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Kitty.
Well, funny, I heard within this last hour, you got about you said something about the first heartbeat in the meditation by David G today. He talked about, remember, the first thing you hear in this lifetime is a heartbeat. And so, and that really does, interestingly enough, talk about the vibe of this week astrologically. We have a lot going on with Pluto. Pluto is transiting, and it really is bringing up for us, and we chose to come at this time, old karmic wounds that are ancient karmic wounds. And exactly what Amy said, this energy is about, you don't have to solve this energy. It's just a chance to transform it and look at what it is. At the same time, we have Neptune transiting and creating this grace that allows you to heal all kinds of all kinds of wounds. And so it's the perfect timing. So as you're releasing things that may have been coming in your ancestral line for centuries, you are able to, with this other energy, release it, let it go, and know that there's other things coming down and downloads. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this because we have a new moon coming this Saturday or Sunday next week, and it's in Aries. And this is the time we're building our intentions. So be aware of that this week. We're working on intentions, and some of that can be, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to heal it and I'm going to change it. This is unresolved karma that we're just no longer interested in doing it this way anymore through any more lifetimes. And
Love
this,
that.
yes, and this is compassionate. All souls have a chance to pick up and run with this. So this whole week, if you have a little, we go in and out of this energy. So there are better days for releasing, there are better days to step back for yourself, and there are better days to work as a group. Tomorrow, Easter Sunday, even though it's a often family day, it's really a good day if you're going to get together with your family to look at what instinctually may happen that has to do with family dynamics, and look at talents and imagination and change whatever that vibration usually is. Change the subjects in your family. Do something different in your Easter tradition. You know, last year a lot of us couldn't get together. It's a great time to start a new tradition that is fun and artistic and uses your imagination versus, you know, maybe some of the other things you used to do. Monday, it's a little, that heaviness moves out and fun comes in.
Oh, yeah.
There's sound judgment. And the fun might be, though, on your own, because it's also a day of independence and rapid perception. And so you have a chance to have fun. So if, excuse the expression, you're around some fun suckers, maybe you just want to go off on your own and find the open-mindedness and follow it. Tuesday is about who you are now. We really are coming back full circle from what we talked about last June was happening and what was happening last year with Saturn. And Pluto is still working in that same energy. And so it's a headstrong, kind of quirky energy with what you're being awakened to. And Tuesday, though, is really a balance about male and female principles. And that is a huge theme. We are looking at not only the divine feminine, which we all know we're working with, but we're looking at what is the divine masculine and accepting those things. And Tuesday is one of those days where you can look at all those different characteristics and you can use courage and power, and you have a chance to do some really good balancing. It's kind of a flirty day too. So all kinds of energy, including flirting with yourself and that self-love being in. Wednesday is a good day for money and plan and social successes and following healthy lifestyle choices together. The energy is there. The moon is moving into that Pisces dreaminess. So this is a great week for setting those intentions and taking a look at what's going on, especially Wednesday. Thursday is great attention to originality. Uranus is working in Taurus moving forward. So you have a chance to get going and start some things that you were thinking about really last year. Fridays, the energy is going to shift to low. It's kind of a plummet down.
Gosh.
Yeah, it is the whole week. And
That's
Friday,
how it feels.
Friday, mindfulness. Be mindful of all of these things, giving them chance to synthesize. I'm going to look up the shell for synthesizing, and kind of using that on Friday. Your work energy is, you're going to get good info, but it's only if you take the mindfulness to get your body out to do that work. And Saturday, we're getting ready for that new moon in Aries the next day. And it's kind of like Saturn's moving through and moving all these structures we've been looking at all week and things going up and down, and Jupiter's taking notes. So Saturday is a day after we've taken a day away to look at, where am I going to start my energy? Where am I still going to pull back? So it really is. This whole week is a kind of looking at the traumas of the past, other lives. How do I step into my power and just release those? And at the same time, new energies we don't know much about, trying to bring them in and figure out how we're working at it. So this week kind of is all over the place.
Yeah, it truly feels like that way for me. And from what I'm hearing from you and from other astrologers, that I sometimes hear bits and pieces from, the new moon's really going to be powerful. Or
Yeah,
is it a full moon?
It's
Is it
a new moon. It's a new
Yep.
move, and we are moving towards manifesting what we started in all that Capricorn energy in 2020. And then we're
Right.
going into Aries, the spark. And
Yes,
so
and I even heard one person say that things that you plan for this new moon might be something that carries through for like a couple of years. So it really sounds like something you're really going to want to
Yeah,
And
we
I know
had,
you're gonna talk about that, Kitty, when we pop
and
on.
we had a new moon a couple months ago that we talked, I got on and talked about that. And I said, when we get to April, we're going to be doing this again, where we're going to adjust that long-term plan a little bit, having got some more
Okay.
information over this next part. So
Yeah,
it's a,
so
it's a pretty,
perfect.
it's a pretty powerful week. April is new beginnings. It's also clearing of old. You
It's
don't build
also the month of my birthday.
420. You don't remember, you don't build your life on the ruins of your old life. So it is about sweeping the pieces
Well, let's get
away.
some
So
final messages from the spirit guides, and I do like this one. Choose love over fear. So, that can apply to anything in your life. Always choose love. Always, 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 always.
and the
And if you
energy is
have
there
love
for you.
there, what's that?
The energy is there for you.
That's right. Choose love over fear. So no fear this week, none whatsoever. And calm is not a weakness. Now, what I love about this is it's telling us rest, retreat, pause, the void. Doesn't mean it's a weakness. Doesn't mean you're not doing what you need to be doing. It's exactly what you should be doing at times throughout this week. So calm is not a weakness. And always choose love over fear. All right, Kitty, unless you have any other words of wisdom, I
Just
think
happy.
it's the vibe of the week.
Yep, that's happy Easter. Remember, Thursday we
yeah.
have Zabby Barnes coming on with Seashell Wisdom, and we'll see you. Take care.
All right, bye everybody. See you
Namaste.
next week.